Counter-Strike is a series that has been around for decades and has had many iterations ranging in popularity, but nothing is as hyped as the new Counter-Strike 2. Counter-Strike has a booming esports filled with the best talent that gaming can offer, many content creators who have exceeded at the game and have made it nearly to the top, and of course those who have took the time and hours to study demos and improve their knowledge of the game of Counter-Strike in hopes of being able to teach you, the future generation, how to make it to the top. But why listen to those geeks and freaks when you can listen to me, a fat greasy nobody whose highest rank was MG1, teach you how to play Counter-Strike 2 the right way. First thing you want to do is to go to the Steam market and buy the most expensive skin you can for every gun, because as every racist person on the planet can tell you, you're only as good as the color of your skin. After you finish buying all your skins and filling out your B113 forms, it's time to load up the game and take a look at those settings. The first settings you have to change is your aspect ratio and your resolution. You need to change the aspect ratio to standard 4:3, which is also the measurement of my penis, and your resolution to 640x480, which when you do the math is actually my weight in grams. Why do you need to change your resolution past the poverty line to something befitting a homeless person playing on his local library's computer? Because of a thing called FPS, which I only recently learned means fat person speaking. I now understand why I see that acronym typed every time I start talking. The reason you need to absolutely maximize the amount of FPS you can get, because if you don't have at least 600 frames a second, then you can never be good, and if you drop even 10 frames, the game is literally unplayable. Now that you understand how impactful FPS is and have come to the same conclusion as my girlfriend, that bigger is indeed better, let me teach you how to double your FPS with these two simple tricks. Go to your advanced video settings and change all of your detail settings to the same as my How to Limbo the Right Way tutorial and go low. You will also have to change your anti-aliasing and the dreaded hellish vertical sync to what my doctor classified me as when I was born. Disabled. Now that you've changed all your settings, or at least all the ones I cared to mention, I'm going to change all mine back to the default, because recording in that resolution for you guys to see clearly is like watching footage from the Kennedy assassination that proves it wasn't an inside job. Impossible. It is time to skip Premiere and move on over to the map selection screen. I'm going to quickly in random order run through all the maps that you should have turned on and turned off, so keep up. Oh, and don't get stressed over the fact I use the word run. Office should be off because it reminds you too much about work. Overpass should be off because the map sucks. Ancient should be turned off because who wants to be a boomer, am I right, fellow kids? Mirage should be turned off because it's not real. Anubis should be turned off because it is the name of an Overwatch map and nothing about that game was good. Nuke should be turned off because I heard Chernobyl is a bad tourist destination. Or you're Japanese. Inferno should be turned off because it reminds me too much of my time in Vietnam. Vertigo should be turned off because the movie sucked and Hitchcock was a hack. And finally, you're left with Dust 2, which should be left on as it is the only right way to play. Now it's time to search. You've got into your first match, and now I'm going to teach you about some of the different playstyles you can adopt. Some of these playstyles can even be mixed and matched with each other to really level up your game. You have the playstyle the Vertex Virgin, aka the Right Angel, the Corner Plop Owner, the Border Defender, the Bouncing Betty, Adam Copeland, and many more. You have the T-side exclusive playstyle, the Redditor, aka the Coomer, the Recluse, the Troglodyte, Forever Alone. You have the Sentry Gun, aka the Brick Wall, Gandalf, the Picket, the Life Support, Captain Hadley. You have the Masturbator, aka Happy, Blame F, the Lurker, the Wretched Worm, Ernest Hemingway. You have the CT exclusive playstyle, the Fortnite Streamer, aka the Sewer Turtle, the Battle Royale player, the Monetary Min-Max. And of course, finally, you have the Living Statue, aka the Unemployed, the AFK, and the Mime who's stuck in a real box. Let me now explain to you how to use these playstyles during actual live matches. The Vertex Virgin is an adaptable playstyle that can be used all over the map in a number of different places on either team. This strategy is incredibly simple and it just involves you getting in one of your local corner plops and waiting patiently for your prey to come into a striking distance. While waiting for one of these enemies, you can use this time to subscribe to my channel, like the video, or hit the X on the top right of your screen if you found this plug to be annoying. Now that the enemies have walked into your kill zone, it's now time for you to quote your favorite Call of Duty game and say, "No Russian." After you finish your massacre, it is time for me to teach you part 2 of the game plan. After you've used up one verge corner, you have to move to a different one, as that one will forever be tainted with your smell. Just keep moving yourself around all the corners you see on the map, and turning up the heat to a nice 90 degrees on those bastards, and you'll have earned the title of the versatile Vertex Virgin. Let's talk about the T-side exclusive playstyle, the Redditor. This playstyle is very basic but specific. This playstyle requires you to always see where your teammates go, and then you go the complete opposite way by yourself, preferably across the entire map away from your team. You need to do this because, as NASA's pitch to the US government says, you need space. When having this space, you can now catch the enemies the same way I was caught in a preschool, with their pants around their ankles. This style can also be fused with the previous style, leaving you to sit in corners waiting for people to rotate into your kill zone and really pump in your numbers. This style combination will leave you referred to as the Virgin Redditor. Are you on life support? Do you find pressing your keys and using your mouse to be tiring? Do you want to have a free hand so you can jerk it to Sissy Hypno when you play? Then this playstyle is for you. The Sentry Gun playstyle is perfect for the laziest of people. Your job is to run to a certain part of the map, cover the choke point, and wait. Yep. This is all you're doing until either the enemies push you, or they plant on the other site, and that is when you make like someone who's about to make a risky play in a strategy game, and save. The next playstyle is by far the most popular, but is extremely easy to understand. The Masturbator is very simple and a surefire way to get kills for your team. What you want to do to play the style correctly is, when approaching an uncleared area, is to put your best foot forward and take 3 steps back and let your teammate clear the area first, with you following, waiting to get the refrag after your teammate dies. This is actually both a viable strategy while being a gracious act from the Masturbator, as this will let you get the refrag kill, helping your team win while also being kind enough to let your teammate have a chance at getting the kill first. This fact makes that playstyle common amongst not only the better players, but also the kindest and most giving as well. This next playstyle is great for the frugal investors who like pinching pennies the same way grandmas like pinching cheeks. The Fortnite streamer as a playstyle is the most complicated of the bunch, but can carry a high reward when mastered. What you need to do is purchase a couple of cheap items at the start of the round. You buy yourself a smoke. You buy yourself a Barry Allen and a Wally West, and finally you buy yourself a defuse kit. These simple items will only cost you 26,119,456 Vietnamese dong. After purchasing these items, you will adapt the Vertex Virgin and find a nice untouched corner near the bomb site to hide in and wait until the bomb is planted on your site. After the bomb is planted and your teammates are attempting the retake, you will sneakily make your way to where the bomb is planted, drop a smoke grenade on top of it, start the defuse, and begin throwing your flashbangs to blind any enemy who dares to look at you like you're King Neptune's head, and hold until the round finishes and your team is pronounced the victor. Just like my solid snake, this strategy will only get harder the more times you play with it, which is why you will need to truly perfect the art of stealth. Your final style will be the Living Statue. This is an incredibly simple style that, while it won't help you win the physical game of Counter-Strike, it will help you win the mental game. Best applied when your teammates are failing you and yelling at them isn't making them play better. This strategy is at the top of its game, only being beaten by the Alt F4 when it comes to this game. Instead of ending up like this.
Green, what's your problem, Green? What is your problem? Missile alone ramp.
You can instead use this strategy to take a break and instead maybe embrace the finer things that exist in the real world, like spending time with your family, taking a walk out in nature, watching more of my YouTube videos. Sorry, not that, just the first two, you don't have to watch my videos, fuck. Now, of course, when you take your break mid-game, you want to make sure you avoid getting kicked for inactivity and banned like Trevor was in GTA 5. You'll need to do these 3 simple steps. First, you'll want to become a hacker and open up your console. Second, you'll need to type plus turn left like the GPS of a NASCAR driver, or you'll need to type plus turn right like what a racist Elmer Fudd would command for the future if he spoke correctly. Finally, you'll want to type plus forward, like the most useless position in basketball. After doing this, you will now have enacted the full strategy, leaving you to take your break and avoid your ban, so you can use these strategies to carry your next game. Now you know what settings to have, what maps to play, and the styles of how you should play. You now know how to play Counter-Strike 2 the right way. Tune into my next videos in the series, and I will teach you how to play each map in Counter-Strike 2 for those of you who decided to go against my wisdom and delve into the wrong way to play the game.
Well, here's a story about Jelly Man Kelly. He loves jelly the most, but most of all, Jelly Man Kelly loves jelly on toast. And here's a part about Jenny Mulhenny.